Brooklyn with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. So the New York starting five. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. And it's Rose. Then there's Alec Burks. And looking at the Nets, we've got Durant. Red Hot is out there with Harden. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Harris in at the small forward. Greg, how hard is it to maintain focus this time of year when you know you're on a championship contending team?
You know, some of that I think depends on the leadership you have in your locker room. Certain guys just keep everybody engaged and motivated. And you know what? You've got to break the season down into chapters to help yourself with the motivation, because sometimes that season can be so long and it's hard to stay focused in the present when you start thinking.
Quickly guarded by Harden. Robinson for 3. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. And here's Brooklyn. Harden the pass to Harris. We're about 1 minute into the first. Kicks it out to Harden. It's good from long range.
Harden takes a lot of pride in being a hard matchup, a tough cover. I mean, he takes no time in shooting once he gets the pumpkin.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively, but quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
Now here's Rose. After the miss from Red Hot, Randall. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Randall's got his second basket of the night.
Rose, a very solid floor general. I think that's an underrated part of his game. He's excellent at finding his teammates.
Here's Harden on the wing. Shoots it up. And that one hits back iron.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Burks' shot is good.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
Here's Red Hot after Alec Burks' score. Here's Red Hot. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Payton, he's checked in for Rose. Here's Payton, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Boy, I think the postgame of Payton catches defenders off guard. I mean, he's got a lot of moves down there.
Here's Red Hot, covered by Payton. And here is KD. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Bradley's checked in for Aldridge. Blake Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Harris. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. And then for New York, Nerlens Noel comes in for Robinson. And it's Toppin in for Julius Randle.
Good presence of mind there by Payton. Whenever he sees an opening to the basket, he doesn't hesitate at all.
Good on the three-point shot.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And so Payton will bring it up for the Knicks.
Don't let him get a rebound. Hey, help. Screen.
Out to the right wing. Noel finds Payton. No good on the three.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Red Hot. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. Shot clock at 6. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 8 points for Red Hot.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Last time they met in New York.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be.
Team swap here for Brooklyn.
Go over. Get mine.
Robinson kicks to Burks. Stolen away. Setting the floor for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Then there's Alec Burks. Then there's Elfrid Payton.
And a physical presence is former Kentucky Wildcat Julius Randle. But he's got some mobility to go along with it, able to move and attack in transition.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
Brooklyn's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. Red hot.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. That's not what I was expecting.
Me either. I don't think anybody was. Even he didn't know what he was going to pull off on that one. Spectacular.
Takes creativity and spontaneity. The ability to make it up on the fly, that's special.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
The Knicks shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And they've increased their percentage quite a bit since last season, guys.
Brooklyn trailing. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Red Hot. He's got 10. Shot clock at 5. Dishes it to Harden. Stolen by Robinson. Here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Tremendous court awareness by Payton.
There's 1:54 left in the first half of basketball. Aldridge kicks to Harris. Pass to Harden. Takes the 3. That one, no good. And New York will come the other way.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Knicks.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Another thing they've been doing so far tonight is knocking down the jump shot.
Jeff Green is checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Red Hot was indeed hot in the last game against the Hawks, lit up the floor. He scored 36 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what became a great exhibition on his part. He put up great numbers in a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss, and he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
The 3 from Harden. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
And Harden's three-point accuracy is lethal. I mean, he gets his shot off with such ease and quickness.
Poked away. Rose gets a wide-open look, and the Knicks good for 2.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Green breaking loose. Count that one. 14 points for Red Hot.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
For New York, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Rose surveying the D. And there's another one for the Knicks.
With his bounce and body control, easy to see why Rose is aggressive there.
Nets trail by 4. Kicks it out to Harden. Fires the 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Katie against Randall. Burks in the corner. Over Harris. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall.
When Harris gives you this type of energy on defense, that's a huge bonus.
And that's it for the first half of... Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Red Hot has really been making it happen, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Durant is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's Harden. Then there's Harris. And it's Red Hot in at the 1 spot. So that's the Nets 5. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
To the inside, here's Harden. Out to Harris for 3. Connects from three-point range.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Pass to Burks. Over Durant. Burks can't get it to go.
Not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding. Boy, Aldridge commands so much defensive attention. There's bound to be somebody open on every possession, and this time, LaMarcus finds him.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. One of the stories here, Red Hot, getting it done today.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
24 seconds left to play in the third. Back to Harden. On the wing, Harris. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his third assist on the night. Pass to Randall. Over Durant. Misses the shot.
When you combine Durant's speed and anticipation with his length, makes it impossible to get around him when he's defending you.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nets lead by 12. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports.
Venom.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Knicks trail by 12, and on the floor for New York here in the fourth. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Then there's Toppin. Then there's Alec Burks.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Both free throws good from Red Hot.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
What's the roll?
There's the pass to Randall. Over Harris. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
You know, Randall has a nice package. He's got a good touch, good mechanics, and he's a capable mid-range shooter.
Here's Red Hot. He kicks it to KD. Randall with some nice D.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Let out the pass to Harris. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Nets lead by 11.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
You know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shootout this team.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now Joppin. Burks on the wing. To the middle, quickly. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Inside. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the break, I heard Tom Thibodeau as he talked with the team. No surprise, he was not happy with the turnovers. He told them, "We are giving this one away, guys. We've got to be more careful with the ball, play within the offense, and get good open shots." Kevin?
Nerlens Noel checks in for the Knicks. That free throw good from Red Hot.
Go get him.
And so it's Randall bringing it up now for New York. Down by 12. The kick out to Rose. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Here's Red Hot. He's covered by Rose. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Well, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
1:46 left in the fourth quarter. And it's out of bounds for the Knicks as New York retains possession.
Knicks ball.
A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Randall kicks to Noel. Aldridge with it. Now guarded by Noel. The shot's good from Red Hot. Red Hot's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Randall with the bucket.
Boy, he's a wrecking ball on offense. Randall, so good at finishing inside.
Timeout called the Nets. They're up by 14. 1:21 left in the game. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Red Hot.
And, guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Durant finds Aldridge. Harris outside. Pass to Red Hot. Greg, your son's been drafted. You were drafted in the NBA. As you look back on the process that you went through and your son Cole has gone through, what are some of the flags? What are some of the things that stand out to you?
First and foremost, boy, how time flies. I mean, it wasn't
Yeah,
that
no
long
kidding.
ago, at least
No
it feels
kidding.
like, that they were calling my name on draft night. But
91, right?
Yeah.
91.
You know, every stage of life, though, has its joys. And listen, to play the game I love and now see him playing it at this level, it's truly a blessing. And in his case, he probably loves it even more. You know, he didn't grow up the way I did. He grew up just with a true love and passion for the game. So it's humbling and obviously something that I take great pride in.
Yeah, you were taken out of UNLV 1991, number 12 overall. I remember it like it was yesterday. And the first one at the line is good. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Bradley's checked in for Aldridge. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Kenrich Williams, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. Neely Kina passes to Williams.
Ball. Hey, ball. Yo, watch him.
To the paint. Feeds to Gibson. Tries again. He lays it in.
Yeah, an exceptional offensive rebounder. Gibson seems to have an uncanny ability to get to the right position on the glass.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Red Hot, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
Off target at the rim. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect